Hi, I'm Caitlin, a job dispatcher for Midstate Air. Our company uses Smart Service 365 to simplify our job process, connecting our dispatchers, technicians, sales reps, and managers within a single 100% mobile cloud-based software system. Let me show you how it works. Let's start by looking at the scheduler. Here you can see the plan for today. Each row here represents a technician's schedule. Midstate Air.
Hey, this is Benjamin Parsons. My building is having some air conditioning problems. How soon can you send someone out?
To get started, I'll click on the scheduler. Since Benjamin is a longtime customer, I can easily find his information. I'll put in some basic details about this service. Then ask Smart Service 365 to find the best possible scheduling window for me. Let's see. I'm looking for a 2-hour window within a day for a technician that can fix air conditioners. When I click the next available, I'll have a list of techs to choose from. Selecting a technician will dispatch the work order directly to them.
Hi, I'm Josh, a service technician for Midstate Air, and today I'm going to show you how I use Smart Service 365 to complete work in the field. When I log into Smart Service 365, I'll see my schedule for the day. Looks like my first appointment is a service call for Benjamin Parsons. Here are the notes from Caitlin, my dispatcher. If I need to, I can review my customer's contact info, service history, or equipment information. When I'm ready to go, I can change my status to say that I'm traveling to my job. Once I've arrived, I can indicate that I've started working. These status updates will help the folks in the office track my progress. After I diagnose the problem with my customer's air conditioner, I can add line items to start building up the work order. Then, with another tap, I can convert this work order into an invoice. Once I finish working, I can collect a signature and payment from my customer.
I went back home for lunch, but I can still log in from here to check on Josh's progress. I can also check in on the current locations and job progress of my other technicians, and take a look at all the invoices for today. This will give me a great picture of the health of our company.
Hello and welcome to Smart Service 365 TV. My name is Gabe. I'm coming to you live today from Lewis Center, Ohio. Lewis Center is just north of Columbus, Ohio. Today we're going to be walking you through our latest product, which is Smart Service 365. Smart Service 365 is a 100% web-based software. What that means is it's not like your traditional software that's installed in a computer. You can access Smart Service 365 from anywhere in the world that you can access the internet. So if you want to access it on your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, whatever device you want to use that's internet capable, you can access Smart Service 365. It's 100% cloud-based and 100% web-based. So today we're going to be walking you through some of the basic features of it and what it can do for you and your business. Keep in mind, if along the way you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them. We are streaming this live. Also, if you'd like to know more information, you can visit me at smartservice.com/Gabe. From there, you can request a free product demonstration. You can also request a free phone call with me where I can walk you through the product and see how it'd be a great fit for you and your business. Now, we are a 100% service-based software. What that means is we work with service industry companies. We work with a lot of plumbers, a lot of heating and cooling guys, a lot of electricians, landscape, lawn care, things like that. So if you'd like to know more, visit me at smartservice.com/Gabe, and from there I can answer any questions you might have. Now let's walk you through the product a little bit, give you some information on it, and see how it can be a good fit for you and your business. So what you're looking at right here is what's called the dispatch board. Now keep in mind all these windows that you see up here are also going to be at the bottom of your screen. Now from the dispatch board, this is going to be where you'd spend most of your day as the business owner or the office staff such as the office manager or the dispatcher. The reason why is from the dispatch board there's a lot of things you can see. Right now it's coloring off to the right here, it's coloring by status. What that means is these jobs that are on your schedule right here, they're coloring by the status of the job. So if your technician's en route, if he's arrived, if he's working, if he's completed the job, if the job's been canceled or rescheduled, you'll be able to know from the color ledger itself. You can come up here and you can color by city if you want, so you can see what cities you're working in. You could color by description, you could color by zip code, and so on. I like status because it lets you know exactly what's going on throughout the day. Off to the left, you're going to have your employees. Now, I have the employees filtered by department. You can have them filtered by department, or you can just have the employees on there. It's highly customizable, so whatever you see and whatever you like for your business, you can do. If you click on your employee right here, you can send a text message to your employee out in the field letting him know, hey, you need to do this, or just talking with him, keeping in communication. You can also open it up and you can plot the employees on a map. So this tells you where they're working. So if you get somebody that calls in and says, hey, I'd like to get a job done today, is that possible? You could open up this map and see if your employee is going to be in the similar area as to where that job's going to be at. If you come up here and click the map icon and close that out, you can also open this back up. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a GPS view of where your technicians are currently at. I like this because if your technician tells you he's somewhere, you're going to be able to open this up and see if he's actually there. Now, if we close this back out, what we have right here is what's called the quick entry. What the quick entry is it's those jobs. Let's say you do a lot of a similar job. So it's the summertime, you're getting a lot of air conditioners that are breaking down. So you need to go out and repair those air conditioners. What you could do is put like AC not working in here. You can customize these. And what these are is you build these up, and it's for those jobs that you do a lot of. And then when somebody calls in, instead of having to create that work order over and over again, it's automatically going to be built in here. And simply all you would do is drag and drop. You would then open this up. You would assign a customer to this. You would also assign a tech to this. And then you'd have the job on the schedule for the day. It makes it a little bit easier. It's going to eliminate some time from having to double enter a lot of things that you get a lot of. You're just simply going to build them up here and you can have those to use. Now off to the bottom here, we have what's called the waiting list. Now what the waiting list is if you get a customer who calls in on a Monday, they schedule work, but then they call in on the day of the job and they say, hey, I have to cancel. I'd still like to get the job done. I just don't know when I want to do it. What the waiting list is it's going to be able to put that job down there. You'd simply click, you'd go to status, you'd come up here to waiting list, you drop it down here to the waiting list. What that's going to do is it's going to keep it down there for when that customer gives you a call again and they say, hey, I'd like to be back on the schedule. And then you can simply find them and put them back on the schedule for that day at that time. Drag them, drop right back on the schedule. Now keep in mind all these windows that are up here. If we were to open up the work order screen, all the windows from work order screen, the customer screen, the appointment screen, and the quote screen are all going to look very similar. I like to tell my clients that once you get to learn one screen, you'll learn them all. One of the biggest things people ask is if I get a software, am I going to be able to learn it? I can tell you that it's very easy to learn. It's very user-friendly, and once you learn one window, you should be able to learn all the windows. So from the work order screen off to the left up here, you're going to have the ability to open up your work orders in a map view. I like this because you can see where all of your work orders are currently at. You're also going to get a charts view. What this is going to do is give you kind of a metrics breakdown of what's going on with your work orders. So you can see a bunch of different metrics breakdown. A lot of our customers that are coming to us for product demonstrations and switching over to us, they want to know if we have a calendar view. Inside the system, you have the calendar view here as well if you'd like to see what's on the calendar for the day. You can come back up here to grid view. Now keep in mind if you need to find something, it's very easy because all of these windows right here are all searchable. You can also come up here to the right-hand corner to the three dots, and you can search in here as well through all of your work orders for anything you might need to find. So if Miss Johnson calls and you need to find her, you can simply search up here to find her work order. You can also come into the quote screen. Now from the quote screen, you're also going to have all of those same windows that you had in the work order screen. It's going to look very similar. You also up here on the left have the maps, you have the charts, and you also have the calendar as well. Now keep in mind the neat thing about this is if we open this up right here, we're in a quote right here. To turn this into a work order at the bottom of the screen here, it'd be as simple as click of a button. This would then be a work order. To turn this into an invoice, it'd be a click of a button and be simply an invoice as well. Now all quotes, work orders, and invoices, they have directions built into them at the bottom here. So when your techs are out there in the field, if they need to know where they're going, they're not going to have to pick up a different device, such as a GPS, to find where they're going. These directions are simply built in. All of the work history is also going to be built in. So if your technician's out in the field, we're going to open up a work order here. He's out in the field, he's working a work order right here, and he wants to know if the filter's ever been changed on their air conditioner, for example. He could simply pull up the history right here. By pulling up the history, this is going to give you all history that's ever been done at that service address. So he's not going to have to call back in and spend more time out of your guys' day looking something up. He's going to have that information right there in his hand. Now keep in mind, since the system is highly customizable, you're going to have the ability to give your technician as much access to the system as you want or as limited access as you want. So when you come into the human resources thing in here, we come into your employees. We're going to come in, let's say Luke, we click on Luke here. Now if you go here to edit, you're going to be able to come in here and customize what he has access to. So you can give him access to everything, or you can give him limited access to only certain things. Now we also do have our time clock, which is built into the system. So a lot of people want to know if a time clock is built into the system. We have the ability for your guys to clock in and out. You can run a report on the time clock. In human resources, you can come down, you can run a report on your time clock. You can also run reports on your invoices, your work orders, and so on. If we were to come into the invoice screen, another feature that we do have built into the system is we have the ability to collect payment out in the field. So if your guys are getting done with the work and you want them to collect payment out in the field, we have the ability for them to do that. We've partnered with Card Connect to give you a great rate. We can either meet or beat what you're currently paying. So the cool thing is most of our clients are actually saving money by switching to us. So we have the ability to collect payment out in the field. The payment's going to be deemed and posted next day as well. So if we come back here to the dispatch board, if you're just tuning in and you'd like a free product demonstration, you can visit me at smartservice.com/Gabe. From there, you can schedule a free product demonstration with me where I can walk you through the software and see how it would be a great fit for you and your business. You can also schedule a phone call with me where we can talk about the software as well. Now, keep in mind that Smart Service 365 is a 100% cloud-based, web-based software. What that means is you can access it anywhere in the world that you can access the internet on any device. So if you're using your cell phone, if you're using a tablet, if you're using a computer, you can access it from pretty much any device that's internet capable. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, I'm going to walk you through a couple of the neat features that we have here on the software. And if you do have more information, like I said, visit me at smartservice.com/Gabe. So off to the right here, we're going to have what's called the color ledger. The color ledger in here, for those of you that are just tuning in, is coloring by status. What that does is it's going to let you know exactly what's going on, if your technicians are en route, if they've arrived, if they're working, and so on. You can change the color status up here to whatever you'd like. You could color by city, you could color by description. Right next to the color ledger, you're going to have what's called the quick entry. This is for those jobs that you do a lot of. You can simply build them up in here, and when the customer calls in, you can simply drag and drop, assign a name to it, and you've got that job on the schedule for you. Down below, we're going to have the waiting list. What the waiting list is it's for those people who call in, they cancel the job, but they still want to get it done. They just don't know when they want to do it. That's going to save this down here forever. It's going to save your quotes, your work orders, and your appointments down here forever. And then when that customer calls back in and they want to get that done, you can simply drag and drop it back on the schedule for that day. Now you're going to have your employees off to the left here. This is going to be coloring by department. So we have the different departments right here. You can have departments or not have departments. I like to have departments because it breaks it down a little nicer. You also have the ability up here to change to a vertical view. If you want a vertical view, it's more of like a calendar-like view. You have that ability as well. Keep in mind that the vertical view and the horizontal view on the dispatch board, if you want to create a new job, it's simply drag and pull. You're going to pick if you want to add a quote, a work order, or an appointment. Now, what an appointment is it's a window of time that sits inside of a quote and a work order. It's also an appointment, so if you don't know if you're going to be doing a quote or if you're going to be doing a work order when you go out to the address, you can also create an appointment as well. Then you could simply create a quote or a work order off of that. So we're going to create a new work order here. Now, keep in mind that all of your customers are automatically going to save in the database forever. So you're not going to have to re-enter your customers every time they call. So if you were looking up a customer, you could simply search them by the letter of their name to find them. You can also create a new customer. So if you'd like to create a new customer, you simply open up the new customer screen. From here, you can add their information, such as their name, their address, and so on. You can also come in here and you can add the source. So you can track them for marketing features. So if you want to track where they're coming from, you can track if you're paying for like a Facebook ad, or if you're using a radio ad or a commercial, you can track them from that as well. Now the tags, what these are right here, these customer tags, is it's like an easy note. So let's say that instead of having to type a note in, you can create a tag right here. And then when you want to assign that to something, you can simply click and pull, and you got that assigned to that job. Now we're going to close this out. And for sake of time, we're just going to pick a customer that we already have so I can show you how to put a job on the dispatch board. You always have to put a description with it. So let's just say AC not working. Now, just because I grabbed from 1:30 to 3:30 today doesn't mean I have to stick with that time. I could change that time if I want. I could also assign it to a different technician if I'd like. You could simply just change that. The neat thing is it's going to pull up this awesome clock right here. You could simply change the time. You can also change the date. If we wanted to change the technician, you'd simply pull on here. This is going to give you all of the technicians that you have, and you can change that as well. You can also have tags here to the job. So if there's a hidden key, if there's a gravel driveway, a locked gate, you could assign that to that as well. Now you can save that. Now you're going to have that job right here on the schedule for the day. Now this is automatically in real time going to generate on the technician side of things that they see. But if they're not checking their schedule regularly, what you can do is simply hit dispatch now. What that's going to do is it's going to send a text message to your technician letting him know that he has a new job on his schedule and to take a look at it. Now if we want to close this out, another thing that we can do that's really neat, if you have a customer that calls in, they need to get a job done, it's a specific job that they need to do, you don't feel like going through your schedule and finding when they can be put on the schedule for them, you can simply drag. You can go to the appointment screen. You can come down here to suggestions. What we're going to do is we're going to pick a customer first. Let's pick Alex Rhodes. We're going to pick a service of what it needs to be. So a description is going to be AC, not working. Now we're simply going to hit suggestions. Now this is going to pop open the suggestions tab. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a breakdown. So let's say Alex Rhodes calls in. They need to get their air conditioning fixed. They need a 1-hour window in the next 3 business days. Now you're going to pick a specific skill set, which is going to be AC units. You're going to select the next available time. What this is going to do is it's going to give you what tech can do that job at that date and time. So if we were to pick that right there, press OK. What that's going to do now is that's going to save that. And now that's going to be on your job 3 days from now because of that suggestion window. I think that's a pretty neat feature. You're not going to have to go through your calendar or your schedule trying to find when you can fit them in. You can simply use the suggestions tab, and that's going to let you know exactly when you can fit that customer on your schedule for that day. Now keep in mind that all of these windows that you see up here are also going to be at the bottom down here. The appointments window, the customer window, the quotes window, and the work order screen are all going to look very similar. So you're not going to have to be worried about learning the system. It's very easy. If you learn one window, you can learn them all. I want to take you into the customer screen. The neat thing from a customer screen is when you click on the customer, if we pull this up from here, all of the information that's ever been done at the customer, so all the history is going to be saved in here. So any appointments that have ever been done for this customer, any quotes, any work orders, any invoices, any equipment. What the equipment is, by the way, is equipment is going to be the customer's equipment. So we have the ability in the system to save. Let's say you installed a new air conditioner, or let's say you repaired the air conditioner. You have the ability to attach a photo to that equipment and that piece of equipment, and it's going to give you the ability then to put, let's say, a service date on there, a warranty date, who installed the equipment, who fixed the equipment. That's going to be the customer's equipment, but you also have the ability to attach a photo to that. Now, we also have attachments where you can upload photographs as well, before and after pictures. We also have what's called these fillable PDF forms. So if you guys are using any kind of a checklist right now, what these fillable PDF forms are, is these are going to be fillable forms, let's say like a maintenance agreement. So instead of having to use pen and paper and have a checklist, you're going to have the ability to upload these fillable PDF forms into the system. And what they are is they're going to give you the ability to eliminate pen and paper. They're going to fill out as you go. You can fill them out, have the customer sign them as well. You put all their information in here, you're going to have them sign that, and then you can attach that to a work order, a quote, an invoice as well, and send that out to the customer. Now keep in mind when you are in the work order screen, if we come back in here, if you want to send your customer a copy of the work order, you come down here to send. From send, you can send them a email with the work order in it. You can add those attachments to it, such as the fillable forms. You can add the photographs. You can add the equipment pictures that you want. You also have the ability to have your customer sign the work order if you want. A lot of people have them sign it. So from here, the customer can sign. You can then save that signature to this work order. And when you send them, it's also going to have a copy of their signature on that work order as well. If you want to send them the invoice, you can send them that, and you can also send them the quote as well. Now, if you are in a work order and you want to turn that work order into an invoice, everything in the system's click of a button. So you would press invoice, press OK. Now, this would then be turned into an invoice, which is pretty cool, and you could also collect payments. Now, the neat thing is we do integrate with QuickBooks Online. So a lot of people ask, how does that work? Well, how that works is when you get done with a invoice, you can then send it over to QuickBooks Online. What that's going to do is it's automatically going to generate a customer in QuickBooks for you. So if that customer is not already in QuickBooks, it's going to generate it for you. You're not going to have to do any kind of double entry. Keep in mind that you don't have to have QuickBooks Online to have Smart Service 365. It does have accounting features built into it. So if you want to be able to use this as your full accounting software, you have the ability to do that as well. A lot of people like to use QuickBooks Online, and it does integrate with QuickBooks Online with the invoicing part of it. How it also integrates with QuickBooks Online is you have the ability to upload into our software the things that are in your QuickBooks Online already. So if you were to come into system settings, we could integrate and upload the line item pricing, the sales tax, the payment methods, the terms, the vendors, the employees, the customers, and so on. The neat thing is then you're not going to have to do any kind of data entry on your behalf. You're not going to have to do any typing or anything. You then have the ability to then just upload that into the system. It takes a lot of time when you're typing by hand, but with this, it eliminates that time. It's simple. You just drag and drop. We're going to also have the ability in the system here. If we come into the dispatch board again, like I said, for those who are just tuning in, you can visit me at smartservice.com/Gabe. From there, you can request a free product demonstration where I can walk you through the product and show you how it would be a good fit for you and your business. You can also request a free phone call where we can talk about the product as well. If you do have any questions, like I said, reach out to me. We also do stream this live every day from 10 to 10:30 here in our studio. If you have any questions along the way through the stream, you can ask those questions. We can try our best to answer those as well. I'm also going to give you my phone number, so if you'd like to just give me a direct call today, you can. My number is 888-518-0818. My personal extension is 1205. Again, my number is 888-518-0818, and my personal extension is 1205. If I don't answer, leave me a message, and I'll give you a call back, and we can talk about the software and how it'd be a great fit for you and your business. We do work with service-based businesses, so if you're wondering if your business would be a good fit for it, if you go to smartservice.com, you click on industries, we're going to have a list of the industries we do work with. Some of them that we do work with are going to be HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We work with landscape and lawn care. We work with pest control. We work with any service-based company, any company that's doing scheduling and dispatching, that's doing work orders, invoices, and quotes. We can work with you and be a great fit for you. Come this new year, if you're looking for a new software, give us a call today. We can walk you through it, and we can get you guys set up so that this coming year, you have the ability to have a great software that's going to help you and your business grow. The thing about software is if you get software, you're going to eliminate time. You're going to eliminate pen and paper and the ability to possibly lose that piece of paper if you have it. Everything that's going to be saved in Smart Service 365 is there forever. So come the new year, if you're looking for a new software, you can give us a call at 888-518-0818. And my personal extension is 1205. I'll talk you through the software, see if it'd be a great fit, and definitely something that we could work with. Thank you for tuning in to Smart Service 365 TV. I'm your host, Gabe. And like I said, if you want to get a hold of me, my number is 888-518-0818, and my personal extension is 1205. You can also visit me at smartservice.com/Gabe and request that free quote or that free product demonstration. Thank you again for tuning in. Have a great day.